Hello everyone, Rishoto here and welcome to another episode on the history behind My Little Pony characters, where I give a summary on fictional characters. For this video, I will analyze the lore and origins on Maud Pie, one of my favorite characters in the series My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. However, fan labor will not be included, so with that being said, here is the history of Maud Pie. Maud Pie is a female earth pony who currently lives in the Crystal Cave near Ponyville. She has a grayish-blue-violet coat and Persian bluish-gray for her mane and tail. She is also Pinkie Pie's second oldest sister. Her attire design and features resemble a crystal pony. Her cutie mark ironically resembling a rock or stone shaped like diamond. In the Cutie Mark Chronicles, Pinkie Pie shares her story how she got her cutie mark. In the flashback, she throws her first party. In the scene, Pinkie Pie was referring to all of her sisters. However, Maud Pie was not present. Maud made her first debut in the episode titled Maud Pie from Season 4, Episode 18, where she shares her lack of interest and passion for rocks. Voiced by English voice actress Ingrid Nilsson, who also does Limestone Pie, Marble Pie, and other background characters. In Season 5, however, Maud appears as we are introduced to her family in an episode titled Heartbreakers, where it is also revealed Maud was attending school during the time in a scene when Pinkie Pie, Applejack, and her family arrived as Pinkie went to hug Maud. Maud Pie appears again in another episode called The Gift of the Maud Pie, from Season 6, Episode 3, where she is the main focus despite of Rarity looking for a new location in Manhattan to open a new store. However, there would have been a flashback how Maud and her pet Boulder met, but the scene cuts out and transitions to Pinkie Pie looking for the best gift for her sister. Maud's full name is Maudileena Daisy Pie, which was said by Pinkie Pie from Season 7, Episode 4 titled Rock Solid Friendship, where Maud also graduates from school earning a title as Dr. Maud. We also learned that she previously had met Starlight Glimmer before she was reformed. Despite her full name being Maudileena Daisy Pie, or just Maud Pie, the term Maud can be spelled and pronounced different, such as Maud when you add an E in the name, or Maud when you rearrange the letters. In reality, this term was used to name people. However, Maud's name itself was given by the writers, adopting the name right after a popular dessert in Mississippi. In Season 8, Episode 3, Maud introduced Pinkie Pie to her boyfriend Mudbriar, an episode called The Maud Couple, where the two ponies share a common interest. However, the main plot of the episode was that Pinkie Pie, being the loving and caring sister she is, has to get along with Mudbriar, but due to his lack of intelligence, his annoyance caused Pinkie Pie to move back to the rock farm, where she later got advice from Limestone Pie and Marble Pie. Moreover, Pinkie Pie sees Mudbriar as a gem, despite from seeing what's on the outside. In the end, Pinkie Pie and Mudbriar celebrated Maud's birthday. In Equestria Girls, Maud Pie attends at Countermont High as a student, and as a guide tour at a museum in the School of Rock episode. She appears as the only Pie sister of Pinkie Pie to appear in the Equestria Girls series. She has the same characteristics and personality much like her Earth Pony counterpart. Overall, Maud Pie being a supportive character in the series, she is often seen doing nothing or usually prefers to crack jokes around others. Her personality being an idealist, someone who sees the world in a different way that nobody would be able to understand her, and because she lacks civic knowledge that only Maud would know. She is also capable of doing everything that the main six would do on a daily basis. Maud endures to intelligence like Twilight, has a passion for gems and stones like Rarity, and is loyal much like Rainbow Dash. Maud Pie have also made some cameos with and without dialogue in the main series. Episodes including Pinkie Pride, Make New Friends But Keep Discord, The Kitty Remark Part 1, Uncommon Bond, Fake It Till You Make It, The Breakup Breakdown, A Matter of Principles, Yakety Sax, Sparkle 7, Student Council, A Trivial Pursuit, The Ending of the End Part 2, and The Last Problem. She also appeared in the Best Gift Ever special, as well as Sunday, Sunday, Sunday animated short. Maud also had some speaking roles and cameos in the Equestria Girls series. That includes Rainbow Rocks, Legend of Everfree, School of Rock, and Forgotten Friendship. Am I missing anything? Well, I do hope this guide was helpful. If you would like to see more, then comment for some character suggestions, that way I can give my analysis on that character. That is all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.